Today I'm going to talk to you about some of the basics for a Nikon. I'll be honest with you, I don't use a Nikon, so I'm not incredibly knowledgeable, but I will share with you what I do know. So first, let's look at the top of your camera. Right here is where you turn it to manual mode. That little plus minus right there, that's how you change your f-stop. And so then we go down to ISO settings. In your menu, there should be a it's the shooting menu, and I guess it's this little green guy. And you can leave the white balance at auto. We're going to change the image quality. We don't need to change the image size. We can all do that post-production. So when you change the ISO, you're changing how sensitive it is to light. So our settings are auto, and I would never use auto. 100 means lots of light. I mean daylight. And lots of it. Think beach, summertime, sunshine, high noon, blah, blah, blah. Then you'll have a little slider. It will actually go down to 400 down here. And that's for, this is what I told the Canon people to just, this is a good general setting. I would recommend everybody to change their ISO to 400. The smaller the light, the smaller the number, the more light it needs. Small equals more light. Okay? So that's really important for you to know. I'm sorry, I got a little sore throat. I'll keep clearing it, but it's not very nice. So again, I would set it at 400. It also goes up to 800, 1600, 3200. I'll be honest, these here and these here are what we call half stops. You have no reason to use these ever. No reason. You will not see enough difference in your pictures, okay? So I'm going to slide over here. Image quality, okay? If we go back here, image quality, it says normal. And you'd think, yeah, that sounds good, but not. Okay, normal is a JPEG, which means that this word JPEG just simply means that your image has been compressed. It doesn't have all the necessary information. Now, if you want to just use a JPEG, this is the one. That's fine. That's like the Canon's large. What I recommend for you is taking your pictures in RAW. Camera RAW gives you the closest we have in digital photography to film. It has lots and lots of information. The JPEG is just like we have down here. So you've got this, All right, you've got your JPEG, but you also have the RAW. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to tell you how to work in RAW with GIMP. So that's something that we can go for. So what I'm saying is ISO 400, image quality, raw, and fine. Okay. Now we're going to scroll down to light readings. And like I said, I'm not sure if this is correct on your camera. Oh my gosh, I did not see that. Okay, I'm going to have to do another thing on here. This right here needs to be, I don't know if it will be. It's usually called Adobe RGB. This right here is the worst quality picture you can have. Okay, really bad. Here's our normal, but we should have it at 400. Right? And you know, there's your we've got your automatic focus. Okay, here's your manual. We looked up here and we found where it was. Okay, right here. I took all my pictures on manual. There's no reason not to. Automatic makes mistakes half the time. Okay. All right, so I'm hoping this is what it looks like inside when you're looking at the back of your camera. This right here, I'll have to make that thing bigger. Right here is your shutter speed. Okay, usually it's shown in a fraction, 1/200. But for you, it's always going to be on that side. This right here is known as the f-stop. The f-stop is an opening in your lens. So this shutter speed is how fast your lens opens and closes. Okay. And this one is how big a hole. Now, let's try and make this smaller. Big number equals little light. And I'm going to misspell light on purpose. Small number equals big light. All right. This is light coming into camera. And I'm just going to make a little camera picture because I don't want to have to spell camera. All right, that's how much. So right here, we've got a big number. And that means there's not a lot of light coming in. Okay, so that would be, I'm going to call it low light. This is a small number, so that means it's going to be letting big light in. Okay. Now, the object of what you want to do is get that little mark right into the center. When you are on manual and you hold your camera up to your eye, and I'm going to slide down, okay? I'm hoping this is correct. This is going to be inside, okay? And it could be anywhere along that, all right? This one, it could be right there, and that means you're going to have to change either the shutter speed or the f-stop. I'm thinking, I'm hoping. Now, I believe this little device right here is what changes the number right there. So you will roll that until this number and this little thing in here goes right to the center. But you should never go down to 30, which is actually 1/30th of a second. That's the lowest you can go and handhold. All right, so I'm just telling you, hand held. Now, if you go past that, then what you're going to need to do is change this number. Okay, to do that, you're going to hold down that little button and roll your roller. That should change this number. Again, trying to get it right in the middle. This is really quite easy. It's really easy. People make it sound really hard, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, so you can look at the back, or if you look through your viewer, you can do the same thing. All right, you can see the same thing. If it's there, you need to get it here. If it's there, you need to get it here. Now, I'm just going to use this same one. This one and this reading is correct. So, your ISO is at 200. Your shutter speed is at 125, and your f-stop is at 16. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is first get it in the center. Then after that, I want you to change one of those numbers and get it one stop more light and then one stop less light. Let's go back to where we're looking at your little thing. Okay, so I'm going to take my little eraser. Where's my little eraser? Do-de-do, do-de-do. Okay. Oh, okay, well, that's all right. It's too big. All right, there we go. All right, so you're going to change this number, or if you go under 1/30th, or on here it would just say 30, you'll have to change this one. Now, if both of those you can't get, that's when you come down here to your ISO. All right, maybe this is going to be smaller. Ooh. Okay, you're going to change your ISO. Remember, I said we're going to have it on 400. So if there's not enough light coming in, you're going to change it to 800. Remember, big number, more light. Okay? If that's not right, you're going to change it to 1600. okay? So the only three things you're going to move are this first, this second, and ISO third. And it's super easy. So what you're going to do is you're going to do what is known as bracketing. You're going to do the correct first, then you're going to go one stop over, and one under. So if you've got a picture, you're going to make 3 pictures of every picture you make. Why? Why am I making you do this? Because this, right in the middle, is not always right. Everybody's personal taste or the way you like your pictures is going to be different. I'll be honest, all my pictures, I do one stop under. Sometimes I even do 2 stops under. That reminds me, if it comes down here and it flashes, don't worry about it. It just means that it's smaller than, the number is larger than 2 stops. Same down here, larger than negative 2 stops. I hope this helps. If you need any more information, and even while you're taking pictures, I can talk you through it. Just text me.